inclusion is important because diversity plus inclusion equals better business outcomes. Essentially, we spend a lot of time focusing on the D in diversity. I'm excited about this opportunity to really dig in about inclusion because of the links to performance, productivity, profits, you name it. This is the game. How do we create workplaces and spaces that really are joyful, fulfilling, and leverage the diversity that we have for better business outcomes? How do I leverage diversity for better business outcomes? Well, a number of different ways, largely as a coach. So how do we create leaders with inclusive leadership capabilities? In other words, how do we create leaders who know what to do, that have the mindset, assets, and skill sets to really drive diversity and build and sustain a culture that gets those benefits out of it through inclusion? So coaching is one. The other is organizational support as a consultant. So how do we build organizational policies, structures, and systems that support that work? It's not a situation where you just click your heels 3 times and say inclusion and it happens. These things don't happen by default, they happen by design. And a lot of my work is about helping to design the system structures and the individual leaders that really drive diversity. One of my strategies is what is popularly known as a gap analysis, essentially. Understanding what the current state is. So an organization, where are you? Getting clear with assessment, evaluation, focus groups, interviews. What is the current state of the organization? How do people feel? How inclusive is it at the moment, right? And then start to vision, get people excited about our future state. You know, what's possible, and looking outward, 5 years, 10 years from now, building that energy about that. And then how do we close the gap? What do I need to do? Having individuals think about what is my work individually, and then the we work. What do we need to do? And then that goes back into connections to systems, processes, policies that need to support that future that people are excited to go to. I'm excited to facilitate with the Bloom team selfishly because it gives me an opportunity to connect with other diversity, equity, and inclusion professionals and thought leaders. That's exciting to me, but I think it should be exciting for the participants as well, because there's a certain synergy that's going to develop from our divergent thinking. There's not a monolith for this work. We have coaches, trainers, OD professionals, and a number of other expertises available. So I'm excited to be in that space with these people and generate something pretty interesting and unique for the participants in the program. You know, design thinking is an incredibly iterative process that generates a number of different unique products and designs. But what we're going to do differently is incorporate the incredible experience and expertise of the consultants to provide something that really takes design thinking to another level as it relates to diversity and inclusion. How do you add a unique spin or lens to design thinking that generates collaborative results in thinking towards diversity and inclusion? And then how do we leverage best practices in adult learning to do that? So another piece of this that is incredibly exciting for me is the fact that this is not about coming to sit at the feet of the masters. We have built a process unique to Bloom in which participants are engaging, interacting. So 70% they'll be experimenting, dynamically engaging with content, and 30% is delivering instruction. And this aligns with best thinking around adult learning in terms of taking that learning and applying it when they leave. That's really what we want, sustainable change and results in our organization, but that begins with the model in terms of Bloom inclusion that is about sustainable results for the participants, that they're leaving with tangible, practical knowledge, skills, and tools to affect change in their organizations. Hi, my name is Eric Polite. I am manager of the Diversity and Inclusion Academy at Toyota Motor North America. I am a trainer, consultant, facilitator, and change agent.